How's it going, guys? It's your boy John, back with another video. Before we dive into the subject of today's video, I would like to thank everyone who watched the first ever video that I posted last week, and also to some of my friends who left some comments, including my mom. Thanks, Mom. Love you. Yeah, I really just want to say how much I appreciate you guys supporting this, something that I'm doing on the side. So today's topic is a bit serious and it's a bit close to home because it's about something that's going on in my country. For those of you that don't know, I actually covered that in last week's video. That I'm from Myanmar. I've been living outside of Myanmar since I finished my high school when I was 16. So it's been like 10 years, but I still listen to news that are going on in my country. You know, I still try to stay up to date with whatever is going on back home. And recently I came across this news article on CNA, Channel News Asia. I think it's Asia. Okay. Channel News Asia, about this sex education in Myanmar. So the article is basically about how the new government, like the current government, is trying to implement sex education as like a new curriculum into the school curriculum for kids, right? Kids in high school. And there are these people on the right wing that are just not having it. They don't want anything, they don't want anything that even resemble promoting consensual sex, premarital sex, things like that. So there was sort of like a debate going on. And the worst thing that I read in that article is that there was this doctor named Joan Thant, who said something on Facebook. I tried tracking down what he actually said, but I couldn't find any. But anyway, what happened was he said something in response to the criticism that the whole sex education was receiving by the, right-wing Buddhist monks and people. And he got bashed. He got criticized for saying mean things about the religion, about Buddhist monks. The thing is, I have no idea what he said. I can't find a trace of the origin of the text, but he was scrutinized, first off, by the people. He had to apologize to the Buddhist monks that he allegedly insulted. So I watched a video just this morning. So he visited this temple, or the monastery, Buddhist monastery, and he was apologizing. He was talking to the Buddhist monk, probably apologizing, saying things like, sorry, I didn't mean it. He had to do it, because he was under a lot of pressure, I can imagine. But the worst thing is that there was a big crowd of people just waiting outside the monastery, and they were angry. There was this angry mob of people waiting to kill this guy. Well, hurt him, kill him. So the police had to come in and escort him, and they basically had to bring him into custody, because if he stays outside, he's definitely going to be killed by these Buddhist right-wing conservatives, basically. I'm not saying like all Buddhist people in the country are against this, because they're not. But what I want to pinpoint is this. There's this whole crowd just waiting to attack this guy, and the police had to And the reason, this is so crazy. The reason they want to attack him is because he says something that they disagree with, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of people there don't even know what's going on. They just riled up by the crowd, by the rhetorics that these Buddhist monks, right-wing Buddhist monks, are spreading. More often than not, right? They are definitely false news and propaganda. To the way I look at it, right? I don't know if you guys can pick up anything of my behavior. I am not a big fan of religion, and I don't like religion, like any kind. Not even Buddhism, right? I grew up a Buddhist, but that's in the past. I'm not gonna get into the topic. Probably save it for another video later. But what I was trying to get into is this: why are these right-wing Buddhist monks so concerned with a sex education in high school? Why? As a Buddhist monk, you spend your whole life dedicated to learning about Buddhism. You meditate, you preach, you basically spend your whole life in the monastery. It revolves around, praying, doing whatever. And this is out of your realm, stay out of it. I don't know, every time I talk about religion, I get really angry. So I have to calm myself down. I'm sorry. And especially when I was writing this, I had to constantly tell myself not to piss anyone off, because I have this tendency to just get sucked in to this. I'm writing about sex education, but because religion is sort of like getting in the way of learning for people, and that's what I'm trying to get at. They are not going to learn this. It's for the kids. It's to educate kids on what sex education is, what sex is, what's puberty, what else, teenage pregnancy, consensual sex, non-consensual sex, rape. How do you deal with puberty, stuff like that? That is what sex education in school is supposed to be about. I grew up in a Buddhist household. I didn't learn any of that growing up. So everything that I learned about sex was through sex or pornography, like that. But that's like unrealistic way of learning about sex. So yeah, if it's such an essential subject that needs to be added into the curriculum, right? Because the previous generations, like me, I didn't get to learn it, but the future kids are going to learn it. So that's great. It's a great thing. It's progress. It shows that people as in like the current administration and the people are more willing to talk about it. They're more open-minded. They're addressing these issues, and to address these issues in the first place, you have to bring it up. You have to make it. You have to bring it into a setting where people would feel comfortable. If everyone is so backward thinking and traditional and conventional and gonna be religious about it, we're not gonna learn, right? We're not gonna learn the importance of, I don't know, let's talk about puberty, okay? I think for guys it's slightly simpler. For guys, our voice get slightly deeper. We start growing facial hair, we start growing pubic hair, and then we start experimenting, right? I mean, imagine for girls. I'm not entirely sure how it would be for girls. I'm just imagining. So imagine for girls. You go to sleep as I don't know when puberty starts or ends, right? So let's say at 9, you go to bed. Next morning, you wake up with blood, right? So what the fuck? I'm sorry. What the hell? That's not okay. You know, like parents need to tell the kids, hey, look, this is normal. What you're going through is normal. What you're going through is normal. So let's talk about it. In school, the teachers need to reinforce that by saying, look, what you're going through is completely normal. We all go through the same thing. Let's talk about it. Let's not be shy about it. That's what I'm trying to get at. Consensual sex, rape. If kids are not taught like to say no to certain things, they will go under peer pressure, and then they will start acting, you know, like kids do. Peer pressure, right? So basically that's what I'm trying to say. We need sex education as part of the school curriculum, and these religious people have no freaking rights to even get in the conversation. Why do you care, right? You don't get to get married. You're a monk. You don't get married. You don't have kids. You spend your whole life teaching people about peace and love and whatever. You don't get to be part of the conversation. But if you want to be part of the conversation, you got to be productive, right? So once again, I have no intention of insulting the intelligence of Buddhist monks, right? I'm sure they're intelligent. They read every day. They study every day. That's what they do. That's what they do their whole life, right? But I definitely question their intention for wanting to stop this. So what is it? What's your agenda, you know? Is it political? Is it just social? What is it? You're trying to get the respect. You're trying to fool people. Speaking of fooling people, those group of people that showed up at the monastery, they're not dumb either. Yes, they're villagers. Most of them probably don't have like higher education. They're farmers, they're workers, they're family members, right? And they want the best for their kids also. But the thing is, they're ignorant on this topic. They're ignorant on the subject. They have no idea what they're getting themselves into, what they're talking about, what they're supporting, what they're backing, right? And that happens because the majority, like normal Buddhist majority, they're staying silent and not talking about it. So the minority, this little right-wing conservative minority, they're speaking so loud, they're rallying everyone up, they're getting everyone's support, and they're getting people mad and gaining their support. And on the left side, what do we have? These silent people. They just simply sitting on the sideline looking like, this is fucked up, but what can I do? Here's what you can do. Just crazy thought. Maybe start speaking up, you know. Talk to your local representatives. Tell them that you support it. So they should support it in court when it shows up. I have no idea how political system works. I'm trying to get into it. I'll learn more in the future, and I'll get into the nitty-gritty as I learn more. Yeah, people on the left need to speak up. You can't let, like, if you speak up, you know, the more people speak up about this, the more it's gonna surface, and then people on the right that had no idea what was actually going on will actually learn more from you, and then you'll get their support, and eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to get rid of these right-wing conservatives, Buddhists, racist people and kick them out of our country, right? Just a crazy thought. I mean, sex education, like I said, it means progress, and it is a big change, especially for traditional society, traditional Buddhist society like Myanmar. But it has to start somewhere, right? Let's make sure it starts here. It starts now. It starts with us. And then hopefully, and eventually, we'll be able to, like I said, get rid of these right-wing folks that are just. I just feel like religion's getting in the way of progress, and it should not. We should not allow that. For our children's sake, right? Yeah, that's basically what I want to talk about. And I don't know. I want to hear from you guys as well. What do you think? What do you think of this? I don't even know if people back home are aware of what's going on. I definitely am. Like, I'm really interested in talking about this kind of stuff because especially things back home. And I just want to hear from you guys. What do you think? If you agree with me, disagree with me, just let me know in the comment below, and then I'll we can start a dialogue somewhere, and then hopefully this will pick up steam, and the politician will start to listen. Okay, peace out, guys.